We begin with a critical decision from a judge in the battle over abortion rights in Michigan. Thank you for joining us here at 5. I'm Brian Abel. A circuit court judge blocking county prosecutors from enforcing the state's 1931 abortion ban, saying he is concerned the law is in conflict with the state constitution and it needs to be sorted out. The ruling coming down after days of testimony, which included abortion experts and the state's chief medical officer. The defense is expected to appeal this decision. We do have Team 7 coverage for you tonight. Jim Kurtzner standing by with pro-life and pro-choice reaction. But we begin with 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell, who is in court as a judge issued this major ruling.
Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Jacob Cunningham says women and doctors across the state of Michigan would be harmed if he didn't block an abortion ban from being enforced that he says goes against our state's constitution.
A person carrying a child has the right to bodily autonomy and integrity, as well as a safe doctor-patient relationship free from government interference, as they have been able to do so for nearly 50 years.
As Judge Jacob Cunningham ruled against prosecutors who wanted to enforce Michigan's 1931 abortion ban, the legal team for those prosecutors was not in the courtroom. The judge said their witnesses were not credible and did not recognize the consequences of an abortion ban on women.
Testifying that all births, even if the result of rape, are simply, quote-unquote, part of womanhood. Dr. Kazan London's testimony is dismissed as not credible in a practical sense.
They're so nervous.
Dr. Yulia Malaya from Metro Obstetrics and Gynecology and Commerce says she has seen patients stressed as the laws have been changing. She says abortion is not always what people think it is, and the definition of life-threatening under the law is not clear, leading to delays in care around the country.
It's a woman who finds out that she has a life-threatening condition that's going to require immediate treatment, and she needs to not be pregnant so that she can pursue that treatment for her condition. It's a woman who finds out that her baby's got a lethal anomaly when she already watched a baby die of that same thing, and she doesn't want to go through that emotional stress again or that physical stress on her family. It's a woman who's coming in with a life-threatening infection who's going to lose her pregnancy, whether right now, in 1 hour, in 3 hours, or in 3 days, and that not knowing and not having the ability to access that care in a timely manner. That's abortion.
Judge Cunningham says he expects voters will make the final decision on what the laws about abortion will be in our state this November. In Pontiac, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
Attorneys on the winning side of this were at the courthouse. Right to Life of Michigan and the attorney on the other side of this legal battle were absent today. We do still have all sides covered. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner live at the Oakland County Courthouse in Pontiac with the opposing side's reaction. Jim.
The side says they will appeal. Could take about a week to get all the paperwork together. And as you said, there was an issue about the attorney on the other side not being here. He tells me he was in court in a different city on a different matter. This matter very divisive and emotional, and strong words for the judge here today.
This is a sham political lawsuit. That's all this is.
I am disappointed, but not surprised in the judicial activism.
We're obviously very pleased with the opinion, and overall we're relieved.
One side calls this decided by an activist judge. Their appeal on the grounds the governor suing prosecutors to stop enforcing the 1931 abortion law is what they call a fake lawsuit.
If the governor could tell them that they can't prosecute a valid law that she disagrees with, right now the abortion law, what other laws can she go to them and say, oh, you can't prosecute that law?
I describe him as a rogue judge who is legislating from the bench.
On the other side of the issue, this is a huge victory for women and their right to choose. And abortion providers cannot be charged with any crimes.
It doesn't matter what county you live in now. You are not, as a provider, going to be prosecuted. And you, as a woman and girls, have a right at this moment, because of this ruling, to reproductive freedom.
I think some folks want to politicize it and talk about it in terms of ideology, but what we're talking about is healthcare, and that's a medical issue.
So here are the next legal steps. The Court of Appeals could take this up in a few weeks, or they could wait to see what happens with this potential November ballot issue that Kim referenced a minute ago. We're going to have much more on that part of this story for you next hour at 6. Live in Pontiac, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
All right, Jim, we'll see you again soon. Stay with us on air and online for continuing coverage of today's ruling and its impact on abortion rights here in Michigan. We will have much more ahead on 7 Action News at 6 and at WXYZ.com.